Thank you so much for tuning in to the Overtaxed Taxpayer. Many of you folks know who are subscribers of mine, I hate the news media outlets. I think they are the biggest problem in our United States. They are the most treasonous. And I've been warning people, listen to what they have to say with a grain of salt. And anytime they use the verbiage, anonymous sources, it means there are no sources. It was made up. The story is unfactual. It's fiction. And again, another telltale sign is when they go back in time and try to dig something up. See, this didn't supposedly happen recently. No, they had to go back several years and make a claim. Why do they always go back in time? Time always tends to bury things. Facts tend to get buried or lost. And always look at the timing. This comes out just before an election. And look at the location of the news media outlet. It's the Atlantic, a newspaper. Where? A Democrat-run paper, liberal paper, run in a Democrat-run state of Georgia. Atlanta. So I'm not going to bore you with the entire content of this article. I will tell you this. 2018, Trump took a flight via helicopter to France. The flight to see the veterans was called off due to bad storm and the fact that he was flying in a helicopter. Now, most of you folks know that helicopters and bad storms do not go well together. Now, obviously, if you're in the military, you take those chances. Our military folks around the world are awesome. They go above and beyond. But Trump normally does not make his calls when it comes to routes taken. Normally that's his handlers to protect him. Nor do he makes the calls whether he's going to take a flight or not, or whether they should not take a flight. His handlers, basically what I'm trying to say, ascertain what is safe for him. He doesn't overrule them, oh, it's safe for me. No. They are responsible for keeping the President of the United States, the President of the free world, safe. They dictate whether something is safe enough for him and will hold him to that. They are the ones who cancel the helicopter flight in the very bad rainstorm. The news media outlets now come out almost 3 years. This is done in 2018, it's almost at the end of 2020 now, almost 21. 3 years have gone by, almost 3 years gone by. And they dig up a story by anonymous sources claiming Trump had disdained, insulted the slain veterans. Has anybody ever heard Trump talk disdain about any veterans? He always holds them up high. First responders, whether they be police officers, doctors, nurses, firefighters, always holds them up high. I've never even heard him talk anything bad about a black person. Oh, I get a lot of people on YouTube that claim, well, I heard somebody that heard an anonymous source claim he said this about black people. Or he's so divisive. But you never actually hear him say it. You hear somebody else say he's this or he's that. And it's amazing how this 4 anonymous sources come out just before election time. It's funny, the news media outlets, when they really have witnesses and true sources, they have no problem bringing them out. What was that one porno star and her lawyer? Had no problem dragging them out, right? They have no trouble bringing out his sister who wrote the book, or Michael Conan, or a litany of other sources. They're not afraid. I'm telling you folks, when you hear the word anonymous sources, or anything that means that, do not listen to the news article. Do not take it as truth. And that's not just for Trump. I'm saying that if something comes out about Biden as well. So this is not just a cheerleading thing for Trump. I'm talking about any news article about anyone. Take it with a grain of salt. Anyway, I'm going to run. It's a real shame what's going on. It really is. And his hair. They claimed it was his hair. He didn't want to get his hair wet. So which one was it? You can't make up your mind. He didn't want to fly there because he had disdain for the slain veterans who were buried there, or he didn't want to get his hair wet. See how they combine two stories. You see how they did that? At first it was, well, I don't want to go there. It might get my hair wet. Or no, it was the veterans first, and then they build upon that level of lies with, oh, he didn't want to get his hair wet. First of all, he always wears a baseball cap. When you ever notice, even when it's windy, he would have no problem. Even if his hair got sopping wet, he would probably have no problem putting on his red cap. Again, building upon the layers of a lie. Which one was it? Disdain for the veterans, or he might get his hair wet he was afraid of. Take care, folks. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Give me a little bit of a thumb up if you like my video, and always click that bell icon. Take care of yourselves.